Iagon provides compliance in a box when it comes to data storage. With me is the CEO, Navjit Dhaliwal, to explain exactly what you mean by that. So give us a description. Tell us what the company is all about.
Hi, Jane. Yeah, we were actually founded in 2017, so we're working towards compliance and making sure that data regulation is followed and abided by throughout the world. So what we're focusing on is decentralized storage, and we're able to, through our patent, we're able to geolocate the data in a certain fashion so that we can be compliant in different regulations, different territories. So that's the general premise of it. We're a storage protocol, meaning that we are kind of like an Airbnb for storage. So we match the end user's needs with the resource providers.
Very interesting. Okay, and it's a decentralized platform, which is
Correct.
a key part of the whole business plan, right? So why is that so important?
Well, it allows us to be more secure and private. So the reason why we are swaying away from centralized solutions like AWS, Google, is because they're centralized in the sense that the files are located in a specific area at a specific time, and that allows for ease of data leaks. It's not because of how AWS and Google are implemented, but how it's implemented from the company side. So how humans implement it on their interface leads to errors, which leads to data leaks. And in how we're doing it, instead of centralizing and having files in a specific location at a specific time, we are sharding the data, meaning we're slicing it and we're spreading it across to resource providers according to the user's needs. So we're able to learn the behavior of the resource providers in different variables, which includes performance, availability, trustability, location. And these variables are important to the end user. So if they want a highly performant, highly available node, they can do so. If they want a cheaper solution, less available, they can also do so. And it allows us to geolocate because we know the location of the resource provider. For example, if the person wants to be HIPAA compliant or compliant with different regulations around the world, like GDPR, we're allowed to allocate the data in those specific regions that those data regulations comply with.
Well, that's very interesting. So that is where the compliance in a box comes in, that you're able to kind of adapt to wherever the person or company or whatever is storing this data.
Correct, and that saves a lot of costs for especially big enterprises and also small enterprises, because it's a kind of unknown world in compliance today, and a lot of enterprises are having trouble being data compliant, and we can focus on that in an easy way.
Are you using artificial intelligence at all?
We're using machine learning, which is a derivative of artificial intelligence. So the machine learning comes into play when we're learning the behavior of the resource providers. And what we can do is optimize the resource allocations for the end user. So by all times optimizing it and having it ready for end users' needs. So if we get a new client, we're able to locate and give the best kind of resource providers that end users are asking for.
Navjit, let's talk about the roadmap for the company. What's on your radar screen for the next couple of years?
Yes, sure. I mean, right now, actually, we have a test net going on, and we have over about 220 actually resource providers already allocating their storage space. Next year, we have the decentralized compute aspect, which allows us to also go into the decentralized cloud services aspect, meaning that we can host websites and web domains and things like that. It also caters to gaming, and it can go a lot of different industries, as storage and compute is definitely a sought after commodity. Mm-hmm. It's increasing, and there's ever growing need for data and compute throughout the world. So this is up and coming. We're going to be releasing our protocol or product in next month, actually, and that will allow us to onboard end users as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, and talk about just in general, the data industry, AI, blockchain. Where do you see it going as an industry over the next 10 years?
It's definitely ever-growing industry, and there's a lot of interest in the space. For everything is digitalized these days. So there's a high demand for storage and compute, and almost everything in every industry revolves around data and compute. And I think that the blockchain part of it is actually just showing that it's still in the early phases in terms of adoption. And a lot of people are getting more interested. A lot of enterprises are getting more interested, but there hasn't been that catering for the Web2 community in terms of the traditional companies that want to get into the blockchain space, but don't know how. And also the questions in terms of the Web3 community and the blockchain community, and how they can cater to that specific industry. And I think storage and compute fit perfectly there, where they can drive the compliance. And I think that once we have the compliance and the regulations there, that there will be more adoption, and that's coming soon. And Iagon hopes to be the forefront of that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Navjit, for the update on this. Great to see you again and hear about the latest things with Iagon.
Thanks for having me, Jade.